The BVI is a vibrant community that has gone from being the poorest islands in the federal colony of the Leeward Islands to the thriving society it is today. We Virgin Islanders are very proud of this after a very dark and difficult history with the UK. Financial services are the BVI's main revenue earner. It is also the UK's main revenue earner and vital to sustaining the public finances and economy. It is notable that a key feature of the UK's growth agenda involves shifting to lighter touch regulation of the financial services industry to boost the sector's international competitiveness. Understandably, the UK is prepared to accept greater risk to achieve the growth it desires. In the BVI, we too are seeking to boost our international competitiveness as a jurisdiction. However, in doing so, we have to be extremely careful about going beyond the international standards set by the Financial Action Task Force. The wrong step could trigger business flight and see legitimate business go to other jurisdictions whose corporate transparency standards do not exceed FATF requirements. Like the UK, we are trying to find the right balance in this new era of higher tariffs and economic uncertainty. Financial services accounts for over 60% of government revenue that accounts for 2/3 of the BVI budget, which funds our healthcare system, school system, police force, roads, sidewalks, and other public infrastructure. Its contribution to the government coffers pays the salaries of doctors, nurses, teachers, police officers, and other public servants. We must keep in mind that the BVI has not received any financial transfers from the UK since 1978 to fund its budget. I am confident the UK Treasury would not want to see the BVI on its books as an additional financial obligation that British taxpayers must meet. So, the BVI and UK must continue to engage meaningfully on financial services regulation as we seek the right balance for our societies and economies as we tackle economic crime. Finally, as the UK and OTs look ahead, we must bear in mind that no jurisdiction, no country is zero risk. Not the UK, the OTs, not the BVI, not anywhere. We all have improvements to make to be better at effectively identifying and tackling economic crime. A few months ago, the FATF placed the BVI on its gray list to give the government an opportunity to make changes to its regulatory regime that were delayed by the devastation of 2 Category 5 hurricanes in 2017, followed by the COVID-19 global pandemic from 2020 to 2023, and then the territory's implementation of the recommendations of a Commission of Inquiry report. The government is working assiduously to improve the areas that require strengthening or updating so that the jurisdiction can be reevaluated by the FATF and delisted at the earliest possible juncture. The UK has provided good support in this regard. You may recall that the Cayman Islands went through a similar process and was subsequently removed from the FATF grey list after making the necessary adjustments. We are doing the same. I would like to point out that the BVI has a strong record of compliance with FATF standards on anti-money laundering, counter-terrorist financing, and tax evasion. The grey listing is a temporary departure. In closing, I want to reiterate that the UK and OTs continue to be strong partners in tackling economic crime. The BVI unequivocally supports the Foreign Secretary's campaign against illicit finance, and we will continue doing our part to help tackle it. The OT's work on legitimate interest-based access to beneficial ownership information will lead the way internationally in setting a practical and effective standard for access by the public to this information, which is much along the lines of the UK's own regime for access to information on trusts. The BVI's only ask is that we are treated fairly and that UK policy toward the OTs does not disadvantage them relative to the Crown dependencies. Thank you for your attention. I look forward to the presentations by my fellow panelists.
Thank you very much for that very interesting presentation in relation to the BVI.